Okay, so for this review, we're doing things a little differently. I have a guest reviewer here with me, my niece, who wanted to watch this film. So we are going to co-review it together. So why don't you start off and tell us what you liked about the movie?
They had some really good scares. Like when the boy saw her and was running away from her and he looked back, we thought that she was going to be there. But instead she came out of the room right next to him and pushed him down the stairs. That was really unexpected.
I agree. I think that they made a very good use of misdirection. You know, the scares tended to come from a direction that you weren't expecting. I think that was probably the strongest thing about this movie was that it was very good at getting you to look in the wrong place. Unfortunately, I would also say that's probably the only good thing about this movie. So why don't you tell me about what you didn't like in this movie?
Some of the stuff was really confusing. With the lady, she knew that La Llorona was going to come after her children. But wouldn't she know also that once the kids were taken, they weren't coming back? She prayed to her asking for her children to come back. But since she knew about the legend and knew what she did, why wouldn't she know that once they were taken, they wouldn't come back?
There was a lot in this film that happened because the screenwriters wanted it to happen rather than it made any kind of sense. Mm-hmm. It meant that there were a couple of very surprising events in the film. Things came out of nowhere, but that was because they weren't set up in any way.
And also, with the guy who is helping them, he had La Llorona come and attack them just so he could show something. That could have been done by themselves.
Again, I agree completely. Yeah, I feel like that guy was kind of worthless. I don't regret him being introduced just because I think he was probably the funniest thing in the movie. I think that he produced some of the only intentional laughs in the entire... I mean, we laughed a lot during this movie, but never at things that I think they intended for you to laugh at.
Yeah, I have a question. Why was the mother at the crime scene?
Well, I think that they called her, because she was the one who was the caseworker for the children, and so they just showed up.
I mean the actual mother of the children.
Oh, that's a good question. Well, because the screenwriters wanted her to be there. Is what it comes
say that it was La Llorona and that it was coming.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Wasn't she in jail?
Yeah, and then she was arrested again at the crime scene. How did she get back?
I think you've probably given this more thought than the screenwriters did. I think that was probably the biggest problem with this film was that it was just a bunch of scenes. Things happened without any reason or real cause.
Yeah.
Out of 5, what score would you give this film?
I would probably give it a 2. Really good jump scares.
I think we're completely in agreement. I would give it a 2 out of 5 as well. So there you have it. The Curse of La Llorona gets 2 crossbones out of 5.